Welcome to Tri-Valley Sports Final, your program for the best in local sports action. On this week's show, Kimber Dow leads the way as the Livermore Cowboys take on San Ramon Valley for the EBAL Softball Championship. Legend Durham is nearly unhittable as the Brave Christian Lions battle Cornerstone Christian in the BCAL Baseball Semifinals. And Akil Muthiala is outstanding as Emerald squares off against Annalee for the NCS Division III Boys Volleyball title. All that and much more right here on Tri-Valley Sports Final. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. I'm Ian Bartholomew. On this week's show, we'll have playoff softball as Livermore takes on San Ramon Valley for the EBAL Championship. Playoff baseball as Brave Christian battles Cornerstone Christian in the Bay County League semifinals. And playoff boys volleyball featuring Emerald High School. And to get us started with the Erewhons, it's my co-host, Tim Sabrani.
Great, thank you, Ian. And it's been a great year for the Emerald High boys volleyball team. Their first varsity season, Emerald won 14 games to qualify for the NCS Division III playoffs. There, the success continued as they defeated North Hills Christian, Making Waves Academy, and Benicia to reach the title game, where they would face another tough opponent, the Annalee Tigers of Sebastopol. And there you see the squad gathering around Coach Dave Yu, playing at Dublin High School in the auxiliary gym. We pick up the action, Emerald up 2-0, and here we see a block by Isaac Ang. Next we see Ang again, this time the set to Ariane Dwaram. Nice combination there for Emerald. Annalee, though, would not go quietly. Here we see Bryce Williams setting it to Landon Heath. And the Tigers would win set number 3 by a score of 25-17. So you go to the fourth set now. Ariane Dwaram, this time to Akil Muthiala with the nice combination there. Now Isaac Ang after the serve. Look at this block. Ariane Dwaram. And you see his teammates gathering around. They're liking that, sensing a little bit of momentum. Up 10-4, but Landon Heath showing some power on the outside, working to keep things close for Annalee. But Emerald would continue their assault with Dahlia again with the kill. This time, you see a nice save by Annalee. And Emerald, though, able to return it. Ariane Dwaram helping to get the point. So 19-13 this one. And ultimately, Andy Cuevas would end up spiking it. So again, trying to keep Annalee in it to force a fifth game. But Emerald still getting some points late. There's the fans. They sense history almost in the making as Emerald looking to close in on its first ever NCS title. And here we see Muthalia again with a critical kill, one of his 12. And then here we are, match point. Annalee hits the ball away, and there you see it, Emerald celebrating as they have won their first ever North Coast Section Championship. There you see the fans on the court, parents, players. There they are receiving their medals. Coach David Yu will end up being presented a championship pennant and plaque. See the players proudly wearing their medals, and there you have it. History being made, the first ever North Coast Section Championship for Emerald High School. There you see the final score as Emerald captures the first ever title, and afterwards, head coach David Yu says it's been an outstanding season for his young squad.
Our teams are made out of very few juniors, mostly sophomore and freshmen. So first year playing varsity level, I'm super proud of the kids. They worked hard. It's all about the ethics, the disciplines, the motivation. It was a big victory for us. It's all about the program. We're a very selfless team. We're focused on development, the long goal, and not the short term. We've tried to play everyone in every game. So it shows at the end of the day, we played everyone again and everybody contributed to a victory.
So we'll see Emerald a little later in the show, but again, a great win for the team and the school. And Ian, just think about this, no seniors. This is an NCS title with only freshmen, sophomores, and juniors.
And they're just going to get better and better.
Yeah, no, it's really thrilling. It's good for them. It's good for the school, for the whole program to get that kind of success so early in.
And like Coach said, really a team effort. Everybody contributed.
Yeah, you could see that throughout, and a great win.
Mm-hmm. And as Tim said, we're going to see Emerald a little bit later in the show. But up next, we'll have softball. The EBAL championship is on the line as Livermore takes on San Ramon Valley. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. The EBAL softball championship was on the line recently as Livermore squared off against San Ramon Valley. The Cowboys entered the game looking for their third straight league title, while the Wolves were searching for their first EBAL championship since 2023. The Cowboys defeated San Ramon Valley in the regular season 7-5. They came in with a record of 24-1. We go out to Livermore. Cowboys break the huddle, pick it up in the second inning. San Ramon Valley up 1-0, looking for more with the bases loaded. Matt Sequeira bounces it to right. The throw is cut off. 2-run score. That extends the lead to 3-0. Moments later, the pitch bounces in the dirt. Charlie Callison races home and scores with the slide. That makes it 4-0. The lead would grow to 5-0 before Livermore mounts a comeback in the third. Lily Lindell grounds a base hit to right. Kimber Dow then chops to short. It's bobbled, and the throw to second is not in time. Eliza Garochi then lines a ball to right. This one goes all the way to the fence. Garochi holds at second with a stand-up double. Lindell scores to cut the lead to 5-1. With Grace Phillips at the plate, the pitch gets away. That allows Dow to score to cut the lead to 5-2. Grace Phillips then walks. That's followed by an intentional pass to league MVP Lane Mikowski. Bases loaded now for Gianna Willis, who hits a slow roller to second. Mikowski takes out the shortstop. That allows 2 runs to score. That cuts the lead to 5-4. The rally continues as Peyton Williams grounds a base hit up the middle. That's followed by a base hit by Bella Kelton. The throw home is cut off. Willis scores as the Cowboys come all the way back to tie the game at 5. Jules McCafferty then hits a hard grounder to second. It rolls into center. Courtesy runner Landon Jones scores as Livermore jumps on top 6-5. In the fourth, the Cowboys add to their total as Kimber Dow crushes a ball to right. This one is long gone off the screen. Dow is fired up. Livermore extends their lead to 7-5. We move now to the fifth. Wolves with runners at second and third, 1 out. Lacey Fox chops to third. Gianna Willis makes a nice pickup and throws to first for the out. But on the play, Natalie Sun scores to cut the lead to 7-6. Bottom 6 now, Cowboys threaten again. Kimber Dow with a liner to center. Her second hit of the game. Eliza Garochi then lays down a beautiful bunt. San Ramon Valley can't pick it up. Garochi has a single. Grace Phillips follows with another bunt. Wolves try to get the league runner, but the throw is wild. Dow races home, followed closely behind by Garochi as Livermore extends their lead to 9-6. Phillips, meanwhile, moves to third. Lane Mikowski then hits a blooper to center. Sequeira makes a nice catch, but on the play, Phillips tags up and scores to make it 10-6. The Wolves, however, would rally in the seventh, cutting the lead to 10-8. 1 on for Lacey Fox, who bloops a base hit to center. Next batter, Maddie Neighbor walks. Audrey Ware then hits a hard ground ball that goes into left. Emily Fu scores to cut the lead to 10-9. Charlie Callison follows with an opposite field single. Neighbor rounds third and races home with the go-ahead run as San Ramon Valley regains the lead 11-10. Cowboys try to rally in the bottom of the inning. Lily Lindell with a base hit to right. Lila McLeod, though, bears down and gets the final out on a pop-up to second. That seals it. The Wolves celebrate as they edge Livermore in a wild one, 11-10. And there you see the final score of the Wolves rally for 5 runs in the 7th inning to earn the win. So a very, very tough loss for Livermore, but they're still alive in the NCS playoffs and still have a chance to go to NorCal.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they went 24-1. This is obviously a heartbreaker, they're coming short in this game. But, you look at it, I've never seen one quite like this. They fall behind 5-0. They take a 10-6 lead into the 7th. You think, what a dramatic comeback, and then to fall short. So obviously a tough break, but it was great to see how they've been able to bounce back in NCS. We're going to go from softball. We're going to head back to boys volleyball now with Emerald taking on Oakland in the first round of the NorCal Division IV playoffs. And this one would be played in the Emerald High School gym. And there, see the arrows breaking the huddle. We pick it up in the 5th set. Knotted up at 2 apiece, and Isaac Ang, the critical point there for Emerald. Now we see Isaac Lee getting it over to Anderson Wu. Good teamwork there as Emerald extends its lead. But this is NorCal, and you know that when you go up in NorCal, teams are going to respond. And here we see Oakland coming back in a flurry. That one's Zion Austin. Next, we see the pass over to Sathai Penn, tapping it over for the point. Oakland now looking to set up the kill, but Viraj Dubey makes this block for Emerald. Now we see more good teamwork for Emerald. And that time it would be Jaden Yu. Finally pick it up at match point. And there you see too much power, not able to overcome it. Return is out, and there's Emerald celebrating another dramatic victory, this one in 5 cents, defeating Oakland. You see the final score there as Emerald rallies from a 2-1 deficit to win in 5. Eventually, they would lose to Balboa in the quarterfinals, but what a great season for them.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, just more good things to come. Such a young team, and Coach Yu and his staff have them playing really well.
And what I would also say is this: I think when you have situations where you have a program that gets a dramatic success like this, it has a ripple effect on the whole department. Where other teams are inspired, you start to see other teams kind of duplicate that success. So I think this really could be a catalyst for even bigger things.
Kind of a launching pad for them.
Absolutely.
And that's going to do it for volleyball. Up next, we'll have baseball as Brave Christian of Dublin takes on Cornerstone Christian in the BCL semifinals. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. It's been quite a turnaround for the Brave Christian baseball program. 2 years after finishing 1-16, the school formerly known as Valley Christian is now ranked among the state's best Division VI teams. In 2025, they were 11-7, and then this year they posted an undefeated regular season, finishing 20-1. That success earned the Lions a berth in the Bay County League playoffs as the top seed. There they faced Cornerstone Christian of Antioch in the semifinals. We go out to Dublin. One of the Lions' freshman stars, Jaden Hart, takes the field. There they huddle up with head coach Chris Gomez. On the mound for Brave Christian would be freshman right-hander Legend Dorham. Here he records a strikeout, and then moments later, he does it again. Dorham would strike out the side in the first inning. Go now to the bottom of the first. Lions threaten right away as their freshman leadoff hitter Cesar Cornelio lines a pitch to deep left. It rolls all the way to the fence, and under it, Cornelio trots into second with a stand-up double. He would go on to steal third, then come into score on a bad throw. Brave Christian grabs a 1-0 lead. Later in the inning, Legend Dorham walks. He would go on to steal second. Dorham then steals third. The throw's up the line. That allows Dorham to score to make it 2-0. Jaden Hart then lines a sharp single to left. He holds it first. Hart would eventually move to third. Johnson Lee then walks. That puts runners at the corners for freshman Anthony Rotolo, who hits a comebacker off the pitcher. Hart scores to make it 3-0. Rotolo, meanwhile, is safe at first. After Rotolo steals second, Anchecota Valley grounds out from 6-3. That plates Lee to make it 4-0. Senior Tommy Perriman then heads to first after being hit by a pitch. Cornerstone's pitcher then delivers a wild pitch. Rotolo races home as the lead grows to 5-0. Second inning now. Legend Durham continues his mastery on the mound here with a strikeout. He had 10 Ks and only 1 walk and 1 hit allowed in 4 innings of work. Bottom of the inning, Durham walks. He would go on to steal second and third. Jaden Hart then heads to first after being hit by a pitch. 2 on for Johnson Lee, who rips it to deep left. This one rolls all the way to the fence. Lee races around second and slides into third with a triple. Durham and Hart both score to make it 7-0. Anthony Rotolo then pulls a single to left. It gets away. Rotolo goes all the way to third. Lee scores as the lead grows to 8-0. Levi Heisey then grounds out from 5-3. That plates Rotolo to make it 9-0. Next inning, Lions threaten again as Durham walks. He would steal second and third to give him 6 stolen bases in the game. Jaden Hart then grounds a base hit to center. That drives in Durham to make it 10-0. Moments later, the pitch goes to the backstop. Hart sprints home and scores with the headfirst dive, making it 11-0. Anthony Rotolo then walks. He would steal second. That's followed by a Levi Heisey base hit up the middle. Rotolo comes in to score to make it 12-0. Cougars then throw another wild pitch. Heisey races home as the lead grows to 13-0. In the fourth, the Lions continue to light it up. Easton Hernandez walks. Cesar Cornelio also draws a free pass. 2 on for Legend Durham, who crushes it to deep left. This one again rolls to the fence. Durham slides into third with a triple. Hernandez and Cornelio both score. The Lions would go on to add 3 more runs as they defeat Cornerstone Christian 18-1. There you see the final score as Brave Christian pounds out 10 hits en route to the win. They also took advantage of 5 Cougar errors and 10 walks. Legend Durham earns the win. Afterwards, some of the Lions' young stars and the man behind their success, head coach Chris Gomez, talked about the big win and the team's incredible season.
My effort today was just to keep it together, pound the strike zone, and I just want to thank my defense because that's what really helped me today.
It was great today, how we all got hits, how we all played great defense, how Coach Gomez was coaching today. It was just a great opportunity, great game today.
I think it was just all based off our energy in the dugout and our team. We all kind of picked each other up when we made mistakes, and I feel like it carried through. And our team made a great effort. We hit great, played great defense, and we had a little trouble, but I feel like everybody had each other's back, and we played great. We're kind of like a tight-knit group, and we're all kind of friends over here, so I feel like every single day we get excited to come to practice, excited to come to games, and every day we look forward to playing.
It was a team game today. We had 7 different people get hits. Legend on the mound was just dominant today. He really came out in the playoffs and did great. And our catcher, Tommy Perriman, had a great game behind the dish, calling a good game. From day one that we bought in, hard work, get out here every day after school. We're hitting, playing defense, good fundamentals, and it's just a great team atmosphere. We're fortunate to have 4 of the most talented freshmen in the Bay Area who all start on varsity. There's a lot of great schools around here who they might be playing freshman or JV ball, but they come up here, get to play on this beautiful field overlooking the city and start as freshmen on varsity.
Brave Christian would move on to the BCAL Championship where they would blank Bentley of Lafayette 10-0. Lee Rotolo and Noah Capistrant each driving 2 runs while Cornelio earns the victory. Brave Christian would eventually suffer their first defeat in the NCS Division 5 playoffs to Sonoma Valley, but what a year for them and their entire athletics program. And again, you see these programs have success. We had success in basketball they did, and now it's carried over to the other sports. Baseball, huge year.
Yeah, we're seeing a renaissance in the Tri-Valley's version of the hilltop. You know,
Yeah.
I kind of view that the hilltop.
Right.
It's one of the hidden gems, kind of a picturesque view, the entire valley from up there. But yeah, all the way across the board, you know, we're seeing just all these programs that had struggled in recent years after years of success beforehand. Now the rebirth as Brave Christian, you know, new name, new mascot, Lions, new attitude, new success. It's really exciting to see. We'll be back with more, including our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athlete of the Week, right after these messages, so please stay with us.
Our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athlete of the Week is Foothill High School baseball player Hudson Flora. The UC Santa Barbara signee ranked among the East Bay leaders as he batted .405 with 32 hits and 18 runs batted in. Included in those numbers were 9 multi-hit games. As a result of his offensive heroics and stellar defense, Hudson was named the EBAL Mountain Division Player of the Year. For his excellence on the diamond, Foothills Hudson Flora is our Tri-Valley Sports Final Athlete of the Week. Congratulations to him. And his brother, who we saw a couple years ago, Jackson, is slated to be possibly a top 5 pick in the Major League Baseball draft.
Yeah, that's quite a success for the family, both of them. And,
Absolutely, yeah.
Hudson's best years of being ahead of him. We'll see what he does in Santa Barbara.
Yep, both Santa Barbara guys. And on our next show, we're going to have NCS baseball. We'll also have NCS softball with Livermore, and you've got some news as well.
Well, yeah, so I mean, as the high school season winds down, all these exciting championship events, we get to summer, which of course all the youth sports, and we'll cover those. But the Dublin Leprechauns are back in action, coming off their first ever playoff series win last season in just year 3 of existence, playing out at Fallon Sports Park. So they got home games coming up this week. They got their Saturday, May 30th at 12 o'clock, Sunday, May 31st at 2 o'clock, and then on June 1st and June 2nd, Monday, Tuesday, 6 o'clock. So those next 4 games coming up, and you can go to DublinLeprechauns.com for the full schedule.
So they're really coming off a big year last year.
Yeah, every year, you know, they had a 20-game improvement, then a 14-game improvement, and now looking to try to advance and maybe even win the Pacific Division. So
hopefully bring a title to the Tri-Valley.
That's the goal, and they're working towards that, yes. Very exciting.
That's going to do it for this edition of Tri-Valley Sports Final. For Tim Sobrani, I'm Ian Bartholomew. Thanks for watching. See you next week.